Well, it's another beautiful day here in Central Florida. Zone 9B, about 40 miles north of Disney World. But soon these temperatures are going to go into the 90s. We're supposed to have 80s for the next week or so, but the 90s are just around the corner. And one of the best tasting vegetables that we like to grow, as long as we can, are the sugar snap peas. So I decided to do a little video on a portable trellis that I can move into a cooler spot when it does get into the 90s. So let me show you exactly how I designed and made this trellis. FloridaGrizz coming at you. So what I did, I took another one of these Firehouse sub buckets, $3 bucket from Firehouse Subs. It's an old pickle bucket. Takes a while to get the pickle smell out of there, but you set it outside for a couple of days and it goes away pretty good. $3 at Firehouse Subs. I drilled some holes on the bottom of it here for good drainage. I added these little boards on the side here to compensate for the rim around the top of the bucket here. And these boards are actually made from a 6-foot fence picket. I cut it in half so they turn out a little over 2.5 inches wide. And then I put some twine around the boards like this here, kind of zigzag, for the sugar snap to climb up. And this one here has been in here for a couple weeks now, and it is getting on with the program. It is starting, these little tentacles are grabbing hold of this twine, and it's going right up there. It'll soon be all the way to the top here. They grow 5 or 6 feet. I do have some growing out here in my garden area that I have on some trellises that I made, but they're in full sun, so I can't move them. And as soon as we get into the 90s, they are going to die off. So by making this portable one, I can move it into a cooler area of the garden, under a shade tree where it'll get some filtered light, enough sunlight to make it grow well, but it'll keep it cool. That's the main thing. So let me show you how the next step here. I took these the 2 boards after I cut them in half. I added a center piece here just for stability, and a top piece here just like you see on this one here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the bucket on here. I found out that it's a whole lot easier to assemble it to this point and then put it on the bucket than it is to try to put these on first and then put the supports on. So I'll grab my drill here. I'm using drywall screws, about 1 3/8 they are. Oh, 1 5/8. And I already have those started. As you can see, I have 4 of them here. I did do a right and the left so that these screws, when they go into the bucket here, they won't hit the screws that are in for this spacer piece that I put in. So I've got that all arranged there. So we'll screw this on here real quick. By the way, the cost of this is, I calculated again, for something like this, less than $10. And the fact that it's portable is going to really help extend the growing season on our sugar snap peas. Sugar snap peas are one of the most nutritious vegetables, not to mention that they are really good to eat as far as taste goes. They're full of all the good things you need, all the essential vitamins, nutrients, fiber, protein, and they're just great thing to grow. And like I said, with the temperatures heating up, I need something that's portable and that is going to hopefully extend the growing season of these. So I started a couple of these in some regular nursery pots, and as you can see, they're doing really well. These little tentacles on here are what the plant grabs a hold to grow up to 5 or 6 feet tall. So I've got, I think, 2 or 3 plants in here. So I'm going to go ahead and set these in the bucket, just like that. And then I've got some of our composted soil that we get over at the chicken yard. If you haven't watched the video of how our chicken farm is an essential part of our growing our garden, trees, plants, vegetables, and everything, you need to watch that video, because that's all we use. We don't need any extra fertilizer of any kind. The chickens compost this stuff down really, really good. So nothing is needed. We don't use any herbicides, pesticides, no kind of sprays like that. And these sugar snap peas, let me tell you, they are so much better than store-bought. You will get addicted to them like candy. But don't worry about the sugar. It's not going to spike your sugar levels up at all, because it's the good kind. So now the next part, of course, is to add the climbing twine. And I got this at I think it was either Home Depot or Walmart. I think Home Depot. It's a biodegradable, recyclable, natural fiber. So it's a jute fiber. So that's a good thing as far as when it comes time possibly to tear it down. I can put this stuff in the compost pile, no waste, and that is a good thing. So I found out that from making this one, that it's better to cut a piece 3, 6, about 9 or 10 feet, and take a pair of scissors and cut that off just like that. It's better to work with this rather than work with this entire. It can get kind of wrapped up, and you know what I mean as far as easeability to work with. So I'll just tie this off up here, and we'll just start just to give you an idea how this works. I wrap it around a couple times here, and then come down kind of like a zigzag effect. Go around like this. This is the most time consuming of the project, but it's well worth it. I'll just tie this off because it's not big enough to go to the next one. Tie that off like that. And then I'll just start another one here and continue all the way down towards the bottom here. Actually, I don't even have to go all the way down, probably just about up to here. And then these will find their way up there, and they will climb, like I said, all the way up to about 5 to 6 feet or more. They get the little white blossoms on them and turn into that tasty little sugar snap pea. And as far as portability, like I said, I can move this anywhere I want. Now, right now, we're going to be in the low 80s, so I might give it a little break from the sun and just put it over here to the side and let it do its thing over there. Yeah, so another thing we do is a lot of marigolds. As far I just mentioned that we don't use any pesticides or herbicides. We have hardly any problems at all any kind of bug issues or anything, which is kind of amazing in Florida. But these are called the Jaguar marigolds. It's a new variety I started this year, and I also use the traditional ones too with the big orange flower on them. But I'm growing a bunch of these this year uh, to scatter around the whole garden area back there and kind of keep everything at bay. I don't know if you can see it or not, but right over there, right through there is the strawberry vertical towers that I built with the firehouse sub buckets, and they're doing really well. I'll do another video a little later on once these things get going and start producing some vegetables, and show you how everything is looking. And I also want to do a big tour of the big garden area. It's about 2,500 square feet of grow area that we have with raised beds and 50 or 60 varieties of trees, plants, flowers, just about anything that'll grow. I got a big mulberry tree here this year that is loaded with mulberries. But if you like the sugar snap peas and you live anywhere, I mean, it's this summer, it's going to get in the 90s all the way up to the Canadian border, probably like it did last year. And I'm really confident that by putting these in a shady area, they will continue to grow at least part of the summer anyway. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or anything, just let FloridaGrizz know and we'll try to answer them as soon as we can. So thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. And we'll see you again real soon.